Hi, little update for you. You've not heard from me for a little while. Look, I've got no hair. It's come out, it's gone. I didn't have a lot to start with, really, to be fair, did I? My voice is a bit croaky. This is an update. So from sort of just after chemo round 1, we're now just after chemo round 2, about 5 days. And I thought I'd do a little vlog, little video of what I've been up to over the last few weeks. Definitely getting a little bit more organised, getting a little bit more structured. So another 4 sessions to go, learning a lot. Some stuff that I need to share with you, but this is really just the journey, so you can see how we're going, see what I've been up to, see how round 1 compares to round 2. I hope it's of interest. Thank you so much for all of your support and lovely messages that I've been getting. They're hugely appreciated, but just thought I'd show you I'm doing all right, and here's the story of what's been happening. Okay, much love. Okay, so week 2 of treatment. Can I say the word yet? Obinutuzumab, maybe. The O of the O-CHOP, the immunotherapy. Just that regime today, so no chemo. In the hospital, 10 a.m, out by about 3. Pre-meds, just some antihistamines, bit of paracetamol, a bit of steroids. I think that's just to control the reaction to the immunotherapy. Then that's put in over about 4 hours, various obs on the way, sort of, the observations, blood pressure, temperature, pulse, oxygen levels, all that kind of stuff, just to make sure you're not having a reaction, and then let out. No steroids to come home with, which I think is good. Hopefully that will help with the sleep over the next few days. So, yeah, it was fine. Nothing really to update. Just feel tired. Probably wouldn't have gone out for a walk apart from in my regime. I've sort of promised myself if I'm up for it, I'll try and get out, walk Jasper, he's just in front of me, just to try and get some fresh air, and then to see what happens. But yeah, that's it. So week 2 has started. Nothing now for the rest of this week apart from blood tests on Friday, ready to make sure I can do the same treatment again as today, next Monday, and then I've got an appointment with a consultant, and then we decide whether we go round 2 where the full thing, full chemo happens again. But so far so good. Thanks. Morning. Blood test day. Off to the hospital. Pass your bloods. You get to get your immunotherapy on Monday. So I figure there's more chance passing if I cycle. Maybe that'll make the bloods in better condition. Anyway, sorry about the wind noise. Let's go. Bournemouth Hospital. Here we come. Hopefully, by the time I finish all this treatment, this lovely new Bournemouth Hospital will have opened. Hopefully I won't be coming back for a while, but only as a visitor. People I don't like. Just kidding. Okay, straight in, straight out. Getting quick on the old blood tests. This time of the day, 8 a.m. 10 minutes. Good job. Wait for the results. Back on Monday. Morning. Okay, so on the way to the hospital again. Back to chemo club today, although it's not chemotherapy today. It's just the immunotherapy drug that starts with O. I'll learn it by the end of this. Feels good to be getting a bit more organised, getting into a bit of a rhythm now. Got some food and some stuff to do in my backpack. Got a nice freshly squeezed celery juice, of course. Got a nice blueberry banana smoothie, some hummus, some veggies and stuff, and it feels nice to arrive with a bit of a plan rather than the hospital food. And actually, my key sort of thinking today is how nice it is to be, not just to be a passenger on this journey, and I'll probably do a separate video on this at some point, but to be proactively involved, to find a load of stuff you can do that makes a little bit of difference, to get organised, to get some structure in place. It really does make you feel so much better. To have some sort of control in your destiny rather than just delegate it out. So on the way to hospital, probably be there 5 hours, I guess, today, hooked up to a drip. Decided to arrive by bike because I don't want to look like somebody that should be in hospital. So the more I can do to tell my brain that this is not my destiny, then the better I figure that probably is. And generally I feel well enough, I think, just on the immunotherapy. It'll be different on the chemotherapy. So anyway, keep you posted. Cheers. Hey everyone. So tomorrow is what I call Big Boys Chemo Club. Big Boys Chemo Club is the whole shebang, the whole cocktail, which I've only had one of so far. And I did a little video to sort of say how Chemo Club 1 went, and it wasn't pleasant, but it was all right. It was sort of the one where I was chatting about having a massive hangover in essence for sort of probably about 5, 6 days, where that's what it felt like. Lack of sleep, hangover, sort of where you needed to eat and drink to sort of satiate yourself and wash out the fluids and stuff like that. And then we started to roll into week 1 of the immunotherapy, the O of the O-CHOP that I can never pronounce the name of. And it didn't feel great. I didn't feel like I'd really recovered from the chemo before I went into that. And then 2 or 3 days after that, that's when things probably started to improve. Sleep was still hugely problematic, but otherwise, that's when I've really felt the most energized. So coming into that 3-week cycle, when again for the O on the following Monday, by which point I was good, and that didn't really have any side effects. So I've sort of had this sort of quite high energy, feeling good phase till about 48 hours ago. Started to get a bit of a temperature, severe night sweat, sort of getting up at the night, getting changed 3 or 4 times, just dripping in sweat. You don't want to know that, but the reality. I said I'd share it, warts and all. And yeah, fever. My temperature was not quite 39, sort of 38.9. I think we got up to, is that right? Maybe it was 37, but it's normally 36.5. No, maybe it got up towards 38, so 37.9, something like that. So not too bad, but I just felt, in some ways it was quite nice. I just felt generally unwell. And that meant that I could sort of chill and doze a bit more, because the rest of the time I've almost felt like my brain's been overstimulated from the steroids and stuff. But yeah, just felt a bit unwell. Went first to the hospital on Friday, had some checks ready to make sure I'm ready for chemo, and my nephrocytes, I think it's called, something like that. I should check these things before I start chatting. But in essence, my blood count, whatever the bone marrow should be busy making, is underperforming, which is quite a common side effect, I think, of the chemo, but not ideal. I need it to be above 1 to have the chemo on Monday. So they've given me some jabs. I've had to learn how to self-inject, hold a bit of skin and jab yourself with some other crazy enzyme drug that stimulates your bone marrow to go into overdrive to create enough of these immune cells. What they don't want to do is they don't want to risk putting me in chemo unless my body can handle it. So I've now got to go in a couple of hours early on Monday so they can run some tests, some quick bloods, turn around. So it's not perfect, but hopefully those will have popped up. They seem pretty confident that the jabs they've given me will work. And then we go round two of chemo. So the full cocktail, Big Boys Chemo Club, full cocktail, back to where we were 3 weeks ago, and we'll see if that impact is compounding. But we'll also see if some of the supplements that I've started taking, from vitamins to all sorts of bits and bobs that I'll run through at some point, that are supposed to help with maximizing the efficacy and minimizing the side effects, which is my 2 sort of primary goals at the moment. So we'll certainly see efficacy. We won't really know ever, probably, but seems to make sense to do everything we can. I guess we'll know forever if it doesn't work. That's whether it's making it better, because it's the first stage is to get rid of the tumors. But even once the tumors are gone, the cancerous cells are in your body at a much smaller level, which is sort of why even if I have a scan halfway through and the tumors are showing as gone, they'll want to carry on the chemo to get rid of the cells at that cellular level, to get them to disappear. So yeah, that's Monday's job, and side effects we'll see. So next week we'll find out if the side effects are any better or any worse. And I have started to lose my hair. I've still got some, little bit, but it's coming out now when I wash my hair or sleep at night. It feels like tingly kind of sensation, and if I rub my hands through it, then it sort of comes out on your hands, basically, to your face and stuff like that. So that's going to be gone in the next few days, I think. So yeah, interesting few weeks. Learned a lot. Got a lot to share with you guys. Haven't had time to put the videos together yet, but I will. But I've learned some really cool stuff. Stuff around teeth. But let's not make this any longer than it needs to be. I'll probably put this together with the results of chemo too. So by the time you see this, we'll know what the side effects are like. All right. Wish me luck. Much love.
Right. Quick update. You often see me wandering around in the woods, and this is the day before chemo, and I've just woken up in the woods, and I think it's so important. I try to come out and hang out in the trees. This is going to sound a bit hippie, but I try and do that before, and before the treatment even started, I went off and did the Purbex and did the forest, and just try and get my headspace into the right place, really. So I've come out just on my own, although my wife Fee, and the dog are coming out this morning because it's not too far from home, and they're coming out for a walk. But I just come out, get my headspace sorted, bit of meditation, sit in the woods and the trees, feel the energy. I love trees, and I'm very fortunate to be able to do that because this is my camper van. And when I sold the restaurants a couple of years ago, I luckily neither Fee and I are into a particularly flashy existence. If I get nice clothes, they tend to be outdoor pursuitsy sort of stuff. Fee's not really into the jewelry and stuff. We're lucky we live in a really beautiful house that we've renovated over the last 10 years. But the bit of decadence that I did have, and I'd always wanted one of these since I travelled around Australia in my old VW camper van back when I was 20 years of age, and I'd always said one day, other end of life, I'm going to get a camper, and I knew what sort I wanted. I wanted the Hovis tin looking Heimer, basically, with the big windows. If I move over here, you'll probably follow me with the wonders of modern tech, and I've got these massive windows basically that overlook the trees, which is nice. So I'm out here and I take myself out into the woods, and I try and visualize. So I sit there in the trees and I try and visualize the chemo that's going in tomorrow, which is easy because it comes with all those cytotoxicity kind of nasty stickers on it and stuff like that, and it doesn't make you feel good, so it's easy to look at it as kind of poison and not want it. But I think it's quite important to convince my brain that it's doing me good and it's a good thing, and to treat it well. I'm a big fan of the power of the mind and all that kind of stuff. So I go and sit in the woods, and sort of I imagine, because the trees are all kind of connected through the mycelium in the roots, they're all kind of there to protect each other, and there's an amazing ecosystem that goes on in the forest. It's not lots of individual trees, it's all connected. And I find a little spot and I sit there and I visualize the chemo coming in, and I imagine it coming down into my body and into all of the capillaries and spreading itself around as this sort of like golden kind of light, and everywhere it goes, all the way through my body, it's melting all of the cancer cells and all of the tumor cells away. And I do that just in the same way that I suppose a sports person visualizes their event the following day, and plays out that scenario as being a positive outcome in their head. Certainly some of the training that the psychologists in sport do, I kind of figure I follow a similar approach, really, and just imagine it as this wave of positivity, even that makes you feel a bit rubbish. So I just thought I'd share that, and share what a lucky boy I am, sitting here waking up on my Todd. Got a cup of tea, look at this, nice cup of tea. I've got a beautiful view. It's very peaceful if it wasn't for me waffling on, and I love it, and I'm grateful, and I'm happy. Cheers. Morning. It's 6:15 in the morning. I've got to be at Chemo Club by 8:30 this morning, so I'm just trying to get organised. So this is the second Big Boys Chemo Club, the second full day, only the second time I've been. Not sure what to expect, really. I was on ward last time in case I had any reactions. Today I'm just in the jigsaw building, so a bit lower key. I've got to go in a couple of hours early because my bloods aren't quite doing what we need them to do, so I've just got to check that they've given me some jabs to try and get my bone marrow to pump up a little bit. So we've got to go and see if those are working. But anyway, last time I was there for the day, I think I got offered a white bread cheese sandwich, which I didn't think was particularly nutritionally dense. So we're trying to beat that today. So we've got some chard, and we've got some kale and some fresh fruits. And I'm just making up a smoothie with some seeds and some nuts and bits and bobs in. And we've got some berries on the go over here, so we're going to start the day with some berries and some yogurt, and maybe take a little bit of that with us as well. Just blended up some drinks, a few nuts and seeds and stuff, and seeing if we can. I try not to eat too much. Some stuff around fasting the day before, day of, and day after chemo day. I'm not fully fasting, but I'm trying to keep the food fairly light and fairly nutritious to start with. I might try fasting later on, see how the side effects go. Just learning as we go, really. But this time, a bit more prepared than last time, with some smoothies and some fruit. See how the day goes. See you soon. Morning. Okay, so we're off to Chemo Club, Big Boys Chemo Club today. We've got the full cocktail today. Chop, we got the whole 5.
3 chemo drugs, 1 immunotherapy drug, and the steroids all going in on the same day. Only the second time we've had that, 3 weeks ago. We'll see what happens, but I'm running late. It's supposed to be there in 4 minutes, so I've got to crack on. Nice to see you. Bye. So my neutrophil count was good when I got to hospital this morning after the test. So I've just come out. It's I don't know, 5 p.m. maybe. Had the full dose, everything today. Don't feel great already. Feel a bit nauseous, but then I've been sat in hospital all day, being pumped full of drugs anyway. So, but I'd read a little bit about, because this cancer's in your lymph system, that it's a good idea to get out for a walk on chemo day, just to get the lymph system sort of pumping, because it doesn't have its own pump. It's not like it doesn't get pumped by the heart apparently. So just by moving around and stuff like that is a good idea to get all of the chemo and all of the drugs through all of the vessels in your body, and blood vessels and stuff. And that's the idea, is to try and get it through your body, obviously, because that's the idea of doing me some good. So I'm going for a walk. Also, I figure I'm gonna probably deteriorate overnight, sort of how I feel, so probably best to get out now. And the other thing I read was have a warm bath, so a little bit like in your chemistry lessons when you add heat to things to make them more active, I suppose. Warm bath, warm your body up. That also sort of intensifies, helps the reaction of the chemo through the lymph system. So I'm going to do that when I get home, and then I don't feel like eating. I feel pretty nauseous. I don't think it's a problem not to particularly eat. Like I say, there's some benefits maybe to fasting, but quite a lot of drugs to take. Got the steroids, prednisone to take tomorrow, so hopefully I can get a bit of food down tomorrow to take with all the tablets, because most of them say don't eat them on an empty stomach. So here we go, full chemo, round 2 in the body, and I'll keep you abreast as to how it goes, but feeling a little bit weird. All right, wish me luck. So it's chemo round 2, day 4, I think it is. Thursday. I had chemo on Monday. As you can see, I'm out and about. They don't feel as bad as they did last time. It is a weird sensation. It's kind of like definitely nausea and dizziness, the easiest way to explain it, mainly dizziness. And this sort of like tunnel vision. Yeah, I've not driven. My push bike. Little electric bike, met my dad for a coffee, and then I'm out walking in the sea. I'm walking barefoot. I'm grounding. One of the other many things to add to my little regime is apparently we're all using mobiles and laptops and wireless and these EMFs, electronic magnetic fields, blue cordless headphones, probably all part of it. So our bodies are constantly sort of full of electricity, energized. And ordinarily, back in the day, we would have not worn shoes as much when there's always electricity in the atmosphere and stuff like that. So we would have grounded it in the same way that our home electrics are grounded. They pop a pipe or something that your home electrics goes to ground. So if there's ever any lightning or dirty or excess energy, it finds that easy to ground. And the theory is maybe as human beings, we used to do that more as well. So if you're outside barefoot or hands in the dirt, walking in the water, on the soil, in the sand, that's all giving the opportunity for these sort of this electricity to go to ground but not be caught up constantly in your body. You can also buy sort of grounding sheets and stuff like that. So give it a go, chuck it in the mix, whatever, feeling better than last time, just making sure to get outside every day as well. Not massively exercising too much, certainly in the first few days of chemo, hoping to do a bit more next week, but at the very least, outdoors, getting fresh air, trying to feel as good as possible. Sorry if the waves in the background are a bit noisy, but I'll keep you posted. Hopefully in the next couple of days, start to feel a bit more clear-headed and a bit better. And then I've got a couple of weeks to the next round, so pretty pleased with how it's going this time. Sleep was an issue last night, but I think back to the old steroid thing. Anyway, keep you posted. Cheers.
Morning. It's 5 a.m. Friday. So last day of the prednisone steroids today. But anyway, night sweats, follicular lymphoma, common thing. And I have been waking up at night sort of 3 or 4 times, just, dripping. I have a change of clothes ready next to the bed, move into different positions, Fee sleeping in the spare room so that I can move around the bed. But one of the things that's made a difference is, and I don't know why this is, but instead of sleeping under a duvet, if I sleep under a natural woolen blanket, I've got a couple of blankets here, a merino softer one underneath, and then a woolen one, natural woolen one on the top, and seems to stop the sweating. Started the night under the duvet because it was a bit cold, but woke up, got changed. Yeah, done it a few nights now. Swap into the natural wool, and for some reason body can breathe better. So there's a little tip: get out of the duvets, get under the natural products. Although the duvet's down or something cotton, but anyway, don't know what it is. But there's another little tip for you. Right, it's getting towards the end of this video, I reckon. I really want to be awake. It's a bit early, but c'est la vie. Get up, get a few bits done.
So there you go. I did get a few bits done, including this video. Hope it was of interest. Any comments and feedback, pop it down below, and I will be in touch. But as you can see, it's been an adventure. It's been a journey. It continues. Hopefully it's all working, and I'm getting better and getting healed. And yeah, should be able to share a few bits over the next couple of weeks of some of the awesome stuff that I have learned, including the first video, which I alluded to earlier in this one, all about my jaw and my teeth and an accident I had when I was 16 years of age that I actually think may have had an impact on this. But anyway, I'll get that up soon, see if you think I'm bonkers or if I'm onto something. Cheers.